Greetings, exiles. We continue our journey. So, I decided to replace Lightning Arrow with Tornado Shot, and also change the strategy of the Atlas a little, and this is what happened. Yes, this is literally the 4th map and I already have Apothecary, so today we will improve the build. But first, let's look at my first loot goblin, not particularly impressive. So first I bought a spine bow with fractured 2 additional arrows. I will need this base for further crafting a bow with physical damage. I also bought Thread of Hope with massive ring, perfect roll of course. And first we will make 30% quality on the bow. Now it's time for essences. For starters, I need at least T2 increased physical damage or T4 hybrid increased physical damage, which would require about 225 deafening essence of contempt. But I spent over 300 essences and didn't get what I needed. So I kept farming. And I have another project. Since I always prefer to use ascetic in MF builds, I will need a normal quiver. An additional arrow or additional chain would be the best option, but I will show you how to make such a quiver. I first collected broadhead arrow quiver bases, after which I did 10% increased attack speed on each quiver, after which I need to make all quivers rare. Next, we need Gilded Fossil, which, when used, will add item cells for much more to vendors, implicit to the quiver, so when we corrupt our quivers, when Vol implicit appears, there will be a 50% chance that it will replace not attack speed, but item cells for much more. So, we got one quiver with an additional arrow, unfortunately without attack speed. But let's go a little further. Yes, I did the same with all those quivers. And we have additional chain with attack speed. This is the quiver I will use since I prefer chain over additional arrow. But this is not the end. Yes, I also have a quiver with additional arrow and attack speed. Now let's make them normal rarity. For this we use Tainted Chaos Orb. Now let's continue crafting the bow. T4 hybrid and open prefix, let's try. We need to make prefix cannot be changed, and then Veiled Chaos Orb or Aceling. Veiled Chaos is cheaper, but it can fill all the suffixes and have to start over. I still prefer Veiled Chaos Orb. But the currency is over again. Don't worry, I'll just run the map and find a doctor right away. Let's continue crafting. $570 physical damage, should have stopped at this point, but we will continue. Again, prefix cannot be changed, then augment speed or reforge speed. As before, augment is more expensive but safer, and reforge is cheaper. So I lost more than 10 divine, and broke the bow. Let's start from the beginning. So, we have attack speed, but no free suffix to craft double damage or crit, but I decided to leave this bow for the first time, 665 physical damage. I also saw a new jewel that doubles the effect of tree tattoos. I have one idea. Yes, now we have 2 additional projectiles. It's incredible. Another loot goblin. A little about the build. I use an ascetic, so I need a normal and magic item. You already saw the quiver. I have a helmet with rarity. It would be better to craft rarity from the bench as a suffix, but I got this one and I left it. I also replaced all attribute passive with rarity. Now a little about Atlas Tree. As usual, my first cards in MF I test Wandering Path. Since I got Apothecary from the first cards, I like this strategy. We take all nodes per legion and beyond, all quantity and increased effective modifiers on your non-unique maps, all gateway, and new keystone the 7th gate to use ambush on the map device. I used Rusted Elder Scarab, Polished Ambush and Reliquary, and Gilded Divination. Next I will use all Gilded except Elder Scarab. And Compasses, Beyond, Hunted Traders, Strongbox Corrupted and 500% quantity. Share your impressions about the League in the comments. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like,